Hey everybody, happy Monday, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a detailed look at that Colorado weather forecast, which is going to feature a whole lot of different things as we head over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. Top line takeaways, pretty big mountain snow ahead for us starting late tonight and then here along the plains. Unfortunately, it is this continuation of these gusty conditions as well as that high fire danger, and that high fire danger does stay in place for your day today. Again, unfortunately, we should see a little relief from that, though, later on this week. In the meantime, though, here's a look at that snowless streak that you've been probably wondering about a little bit. I've gotten a few questions about this on social media, and yes, indeed, Denver now at 3+ weeks without any measurable snowfall at either Central Park or at Denver International Airport. That is our longest snow-free streak since, get this, the start of the snow season, which began back on December the 10th. So it's been a little while since we've gone this long without measurable snowfall, and it does not look like we are going to get any measurable snowfall this week, though we do have a couple of chances for that. We'll have more of those here over the next little while. Those top line takeaways, though, unfortunately, I know we are all ready to get rid of the wind. I am ready to get rid of the wind. You're ready to get rid of the wind. I'm ready to get rid of the fire danger. You're ready to get rid of the fire danger. Unfortunately, it just doesn't happen here, folks. We're going to keep with this high fire danger and this kind of gusty weather for the next at least day or two, if not a little bit beyond that. So that's why we've got a coloring book of weather alerts across the state of Colorado. Most of this is for your day tomorrow. A lot of these are due to wind. A lot of this is due to fire danger as well. Red flag warning, that means high fire danger, high wind watch, high wind warning, wind advisory, all sorts of trouble here, unfortunately, for Colorado as we head through the day tomorrow. Now, the good news is, in the mountains, we do get some needed snowfall. Bad news is, if you're traveling through the mountains, especially after dark tonight, that's when we're going to start to see those conditions really go downhill. And then through the day tomorrow, we get a strong cold front that's going to push its way through the mountains, and that could lead to some bursts of some heavier snowfall. So if you're traveling through the mountains tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday morning, it is going to be pretty dicey up that way. Now, the big story, again, for most of the state, everybody's going to feel the winds. So those winds start to crank up this afternoon west of the Continental Divide. And then tonight, kind of late tonight, those winds kind of move their way east of the divide as well. So Denver overnight, we'll see those winds really start to crank on up. And by tomorrow morning, you're going to notice those winds really howling out there. And those strongest winds will be south of the Palmer Divide for our day tomorrow, with some gusts potentially getting on up into the 70 to 80 mile an hour range, and some spots maybe wouldn't be surprised in the Wet Mountains or the San Cristos if we're talking about a 90 mile an hour wind gust or two. Now today, those clouds will increase through the afternoon. High temperature, it's a fairly nice day all in all, 65 degrees, and it is a bit windy out there, but not as bad as it was yesterday and not as bad as it's going to be tomorrow. So a little bit of an in-between day, probably not a bad day to get outside for a stroll. Again, it'll still be a bit windy, but not as bad as it was yesterday and not as bad as it'll be tomorrow. So if you got a day to get some of those outdoor activities in, today's probably looking like the best one of the next little while. Tuesday, again, tomorrow, we get those winds back in. And then Wednesday, we'll see much colder temperatures, and it's not until Thursday we get another decent, at least, outdoor day. So current temperatures, 40s for us in the mountains, 50s for us along the eastern plains. And those temperatures will rise on up into the 60s and 70s along the eastern plains, 40s and 50s into the mountains. But again, this is all going to change starting tonight with our next system that's moving its way through the Pacific Northwest. Portland, Oregon, getting some measurable snowfall this morning, and some of that snow spreading its way south and east through the Treasure Valley of southwestern Idaho, as well as down into the Wasatch Valley of northern Utah. And that system is the one that's going to be giving us some of that rain and snow starting after dark tonight. So the mountains, again, I think we're okay to travel through the mountains this afternoon. It's not until after dark tonight that we see that first snow start to develop, and by tomorrow morning, that snow is going to be coming down fairly heavily for us into the mountains. And this is good news. The mountains needing some of that snow to build some of that snowpack up a bit, and we're going to get some of that needed snowfall overnight tonight and into your day tomorrow. And that could lead to several inches of snow for us here into the mountains. Some spots may pick up 2 feet worth of snowfall by the time this finally winds on down on your Wednesday. And by the way, speaking of Wednesday, still some leftover snow showers in the mountains, but the heavy snowfall comes to a close tomorrow afternoon in the mountains. Forecast lows tonight, single digits and teens. The mountains, that's where our cold front swings through first. Into the front range, it's going to be probably down to the 20s and 30s for most of us for those lows tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures drop back into the upper 50s for a high temperature for your day tomorrow, but notice those winds really starting to crank on up. And here in Denver, we do get the chance for some rain showers tomorrow afternoon. I'll have more on that here in just a second. 50s and 60s for us in the eastern plains, some 70s in the southeastern corner of the state where it takes a little time for that front to work its way through. And in the mountains, we're topping out only in the 20s and in the 30s. But tomorrow afternoon, clouds increase through the morning, and then by about 1 or 2 o'clock, we'll see some rain showers move their way through into the Denver area. And then as we get later on through the afternoon, could see a rumble of thunder or two in around the Denver area, but I think we're mainly going to be talking about just some light rain showers. And then by tomorrow night, any rain or snow does probably come to a close. Could see a snow shower or two. I don't think we'll see much of that for us in the Denver area, but the mountains is going to get a fair bit of snow. Most of that will be starting again late tonight, and then through the day tomorrow, we'll see that snow continue for us into the mountains with a foot plus worth of snow possible for much of the mountains. That is great news for a part of the, well, we really do need the snow in the mountains more than anything, and we're going to get some of that. Wednesday morning, wouldn't be surprised if we do get a stray snow shower here in the Denver area. No big deal if we do, but we could see, again, a rain or snow shower Wednesday morning. Then by Thursday, Friday, we clear on up. And then a chance for some rain and some snow once again this weekend as we head into the Easter holiday, and of course in kind of classic Easter style for us here in Colorado, could be dealing with some perhaps mixed precipitation this upcoming weekend. So a little bit of everything as we head over the next few days. Stay safe, especially if you're traveling through the mountains tonight. And of course, keep in mind that high fire danger along the front range as we head over the course of the next few days. The eastern plains is going to be dealing with a lot of that, unfortunately, through your day today as well as your day tomorrow, and perhaps even into your Wednesday as well. In the meantime, meteorologist Keely Chalmers will have more details coming up on 9 News at noon, and Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is in at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 on the 9 News family of networks. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great rest of your day.